Well, mediation is the way we think about it. It's a metaphor really for finding a different way to deal with conflict than people are used to. And we're offering this particular model of mediation that Jack and I have developed over the last almost 35 years to try to help people find a way together using the power of understanding to be able to help them form that as the base for the decisions that they make together.
Usually, traditionally, decision-making by a third party, like a judge or an arbitrator, really puts the power in that third person. If you really sit down with people and say, the power is with you, whether it's two people having a dispute, whether it's two groups having a dispute, whether it's even larger in terms of countries or peoples having a dispute, how can you help people understand each other, understand each other's perspective, and understand themselves? We feel that approaches to resolving conflict, dealing with conflict, need to be different because of the destructive power of conflict, and we think that peoples, individuals, societies are beginning to realize there can be a different way, and that different way can be, how do we really understand each other? Our hope is to see that evolution, support that evolution, and help people, individuals, groups, nations to do that.
I grew up in a family of lawyers, was a lawyer myself for the first several years of my career, a litigator, and then found myself frustrated by what I thought were the limitations of the legal system. And then a couple of years later, I met Jack, and together exploring some different ways of first dealing with law professors, but then ultimately with lawyers, we developed this idea of being in the middle as a way that could potentially feel truer to our experience of how we wanted to be helpful to people, and a very untapped resource for how, using all of the power of the lawyers' training and all of our skills and human understanding, could come to pass to be able to really help people.
From my earliest days, I was interested in justice. The impulse towards justice, the reality of justice, the possibilities of justice. And I became a lawyer, a civil rights lawyer, and working for justice. And totally respect that. I'm glad I did it, glad people are doing that. And I realized justice does not only come from above, it can also come from our working together with each other to find how we can respect each other and work through our differences.
One of the things that we're discovering in our conflict resolution work is that dealing with the inside of what happens within people when they're in conflict, also within the person of the mediator, is really a key to be able to help unlock other people. And I think it'd be very interesting for us to bring more of this internal dimension in 2011 into play, and to see how that can really shape people's work together.
And I can just say, working with the people here, there's the potential for the reality of a very exciting dialogue about what we're talking about, and also about what people bring from their experience from different parts of the world about the nature of conflict and the possibilities for working through conflict together.